Hello, Fort Chunk. Use my one chunk Iron Man starting in the Fort Parenthi chunk. I'm completing everything RuneScape has to offer one chunk at a time, starting right here at Fort Parenthi. What's a chunk, you might ask? It's a 64 by 64 tile square that makes up the map of Gielinor. And I'm going one chunk at a time to try to complete everything I can. Last time on Fort Chunk, I slaughtered over 20,000 ants in order to get enough nature and law runes to complete the magic training arena and get my new best in slot mage gear, the snazzy looking infinity robes. And then I end up rolling the brilliant wisp chunk, so now I gotta get 85 divination. Starting this episode off good. Just started completing my daily challenges for the day, and I got to 71 divination thanks to a divination daily. So that's a nice little boost for the div training. Turns out that the divination urns don't work at the empty throne room, so I guess I won't be using those until I'm doing the actual collecting itself. That's the second cache of the day, and also gave me the Diviner's handwear. So that's the full Diviner's outfit minus the add-on for the head. So I'll be getting 5% more experience. Nice. That's another cache done, and I got the Diviner's headwear add-on, so that should be everything for the divination outfit. Just allows me to get some chronicles every day. One thing I just realized is that this also gives me access to the Polypore Slayer dungeon down here. I wasn't actually able to access that because the bridge was in this chunk, but now that I can complete another step of Benedict's World Tour. And once I'm no longer Slayer locked, I'll be able to get the Slayer collection logs that are down there as well. Just hit level 75 divination. Only got 5 more levels to go before I can actually head over to the Brilliant Wisp colony. Although, as you can see, I still got 775,000 XP till level 80, and I've already used up 420,000 of the 800,000 here, so I'll have to end up spending a bit of time over at the level 20 spots over by the dig site. Just did another star event, and this combat lamp should get me to level 50 necromancy. That is fantastic. That means I can now do Ancient Awakening. If I come to my chunk map here, then that means I can do up to step 3 of Ancient Awakening, and that means I can set the Ungari chunk right here to be rollable. So that's another thing that I can do here for my current tasks. I'll take care of that after I'm done with the 85 divination grind, though. And that's all the experience used up here at the empty throne for divination. Unfortunate. I was getting about 45k an hour. I still got 360k till I reach level 80. And then even more than that till I reach 85. I guess I gotta head towards the level 20 divination spot, the bright energy area. Just grab my divination urns out of the bank then, and I'll head over there. I haven't done my daily caches yet, though. So I should probably take care of those, one happening in about 8 minutes. At the very least, the divination urns here will help speed things up some. And I just withdraw whatever bright energy I had in my bank so I can see the total amount I have once I'm done with this. This will just slowly build up because it's a decorated, and this is the level 20 spot, so these should last me for quite a while. This is painful. Going from 45k an hour to only 5k an hour. I'm gonna be here quite a while, and the bulk of my XP will probably just come from caches, but that's only twice a day, and I've already done my 2 for today. I know I could get better XP rates if I was sacrificing the energy here for increased XP when offering the memories, but this energy will be useful in the future for making Signs of the Porters, because I'm certain I'll need those eventually for one thing or another. You learn something new every day. Apparently you can only have a total max of 30 chronicles before you complete the tutorial at the... where is it? Yeah, the Memorial to Guthix tutorial here. You can only... before you complete that, you can only have a maximum of 30 chronicles. It wasn't letting me catch some, so I guess I should at least make use of these and power the rift here. Getting a wrenched bright wisp will help things out. Hey! I got the willow pet! I got the pet for divination! That's awesome! That is fantastic! I got myself a willow pet! Woohoo! Let's go ahead and summon our new friend. Here's our new friend, Willow. I do still have 9 of these pet bunny skill tokens. So let's go ahead and give Willow a pair of bunny ears. Oh my god! That looks so fucking silly. I used to always ignore Chronicles while doing divination because I just didn't see the point of catching it, but given how little XP these Bright Wisps are giving me, catching in the Chronicles and doing Empower is very worth it. Look at that, 949 for the enriched one, and the regular ones are giving me like 500. That is just a nice boost of experience, grabbing those Chronicles and putting them into the Rift. Just finished up a cache, and this will get me up to 79 divination. Only one more level to go till I hit 80, and I can move over to the Brilliant Wisps. Oh, that is nice. It takes like 3 to 4 hours to fully fill up one of the divination urns, but 1900 XP every time. Oh, that's so worth it. It'll definitely be worth it once I hit level 80 and I can move over to the Brilliant Wisps. Unlike the Bright Energy here, which is useful for making Science of the Portal, the Brilliant Energy isn't really useful for much of anything aside from making the Divine Herb Patch once I get a high enough herb level for that. So once I reach over there, I plan on converting this, configuring this, and doing this where I'll convert energies and memories into XP. Plus I got like 10,000 of the Brilliant Energy in my bank already from the very wild sacks and whatnot, so that will definitely speed up my divination grind very much once I hit there. So they've been currently having the Need for Mead event going on, and normally I wouldn't allow myself to go do it since it's over by Falador, but I have enough nectar here to get the full thing, and I just want to get it because, look, it's a chunky bee. How can I say no to get a chunky bee? So I'm going to head over there and buy that since I have enough nectar. Let me just hand in for rewards. And there we go. Got the chunky bee. I should now. Now let's get out of here. I don't belong to this chunk. Gotta summon the chunky bee now. It's a chunky bee. The mascot of chuknmen everywhere now. It's official. I don't make the rules. That's just how it is. That's the 2 caches of the day done, and it put me just before level 80, so it should only take me about another hour to get there, and then I can really up my XP rates over at the Brilliant Energy. And that divination urn that just got sent off got me to level 80. That's fantastic. 51,000 bright energy. That'll be useful for a bunch of porters in the future for whenever I need them. But let's go ahead and grab out my Brilliant Energy and head over to the Brilliant Wisps. There's the Polypore Dungeon. I'll have to go in there later to do another step of the World Tour for the Yak. First things first, let's go ahead and load up a Brilliant Illustrious Energy here and make myself the Boon of Brilliant Energy. Guess that'll help out. Gonna use a nice chunk there. And then let's go ahead and configure the energy rift here to consume the energy and memories. And I'll get back to you in an hour to tell you what the XP rates are like. It's been about an hour and I'm getting over 80,000 experience per hour. That is just absolutely fantastic. Just so good. Not including caches, I'll probably have this done about like 15 to 20 hours then. But I will, of course, be doing caches. I think I got one more day worth of caches in me before I hit 85. And then I'll be able to make the Boon of Radiant Energy here. Not that I'll be able to benefit from it for quite a while, since Radiant Energy is way over here on Dragatooth Isle, and I'll need to have access to Port Phasmatis, which I need a Ghost Speak Amulet to do. But once this is probably the second closest divination grind I have then. The chances are I'll probably hit that one or this one down here, the Luminous Energy, before I get to the final divination grind way over here. It'll be a long time before I get to this side of the map. Once I go through the rest of the Brilliant Energy here, my XP rates will no doubtly go down, but this is still the best choice. The Brilliant Energy really isn't worth much anyways. Not compared to how good porters are, which is the reason why I kept all the Bright Energy. But Brilliant Energy, the only thing worth anything is maybe the divine herb patch or divine magic tree. And also there's the sea turtle here, turn sharks into that, but I don't really have a very good source aside from killing water fiends for sharks. Blue charms might be interesting, but that costs a lot of energy. And so probably not worth it to do that. But the thing that those others have in common is that they're all very cheap energy-wise to make, so whenever I want to do them, I can just gather energy, like, real quick, like. Level 81 divination, very nice. Running almost out of the divination urns here, so I'm gonna have to go and make some more. Just wanted to hit that level 81. There we go. About 100 divination urns, that should last me a good while. Maybe enough to get me through the rest of these levels. Hey, hunter level 55. Their experience from catching the chronicles tends to add up. Well, used up all the energy I had stacked up from the very wild sack, so now my XP rates are gonna drop some. Hopefully not too much. I like the 80k an hour. My guess is probably maybe 60 or 70k an hour. Just hit level 82 divination, so I can now transmute raw sharks into the raw sea turtles, which I need to do cooked for my task. So I'm just here at the Wilder Fiends to get a couple of raw sharks. I need 3 to do 1 transmutation. There we go, enough sharks for 2 transmutations. Hopefully I don't burn either one of those 2 turtles. Alright, let's turn these sharks into sea turtles here. Ooh, that was an achievement. Transmute an item. And let's go ahead and cook at the range. And that's a task complete. Cook a sea turtle. Since I'm completing tasks, might as well come into the Polyport dungeon here and complete this part of Benedict's World Tour. It's just right here. And yep, another circular view. I'll have to come back down here once I get Slayer. Until then, it's not anything for me. Unless it's for Herblore, since I think there's some good secondaries that I can get from the creatures down there. But I just got 3 more divination levels to get, and then I can complete the divination task, and then just do as much as Ancient Awakening as I can. One thing I just realized I might be able to do is to kill a snail from here and then telegrab the shell, and I'll be able to complete that backlong Mauritania task. Alrighty, and then if I should be able to telegrab the shell there. And there we go. I completed that backlog Mauritania task. That is fantastic. I don't know why I didn't think of that earlier. And here we go, level 85 divination. That is absolutely fantastic. That's the level I needed for Radiant Wisps and to make the Boon of Radiant Energy. Let's go ahead and head to a bank and do that. I don't need to gather any more energy because I stacked up a bunch of energy ahead of time so I could do it. Go ahead and withdraw all the Brilliant Energy here, and let's go ahead and make it the Boon of Radiant Energy. And that is task complete. Now all I got left to do is to start Ancient Awakening and do that as far as I can. Well, that's about as far as I can go with Ancient Awakening. Looks like I can't actually roll in Gully yet, because the next step needs me to go right here, and I don't have this chunk unlocked quite yet, although it is rollable, so I guess let's set that one as complete, and let's get to rolling. Here we are at the chunk map. All the tasks complete. Got the 85 divination done and got Ancient Awakening as far as I can. Honestly, out of all the chunks I can get, the ones I went before, I really want to get this chunk now. Mainly just so I can continue Ancient Awakening. Plus, I might be able to sneak into Drain or Mando here. I wasn't able to do it this way, but I might be able to do it this way. And also, this would give me access to iron, so that'd be a plus as well. Of course, the other chunks I wouldn't mind getting. 6, of course. That would be nice. Bloodwood Tree event. Continue on to Anachronia. I keep wanting to get those, but I haven't gotten either one of them. And of course, avoid 4 and 16 at all costs, because those would be terrible. Let's see where we go. Northeast Wilderness. More into the wilderness here. Any new tasks? Nothing new, but let's go ahead and give that chunk a visit. I think that's where the Ankus are. Ooh, very nice. A double agent pig when I was going to visit. I got myself an easy casket. Let's go ahead and see what's in there real quick. Nothing new. Let's reroll. And nothing new. Let's reroll. And nothing new. But let's go back to visiting. We got greater demons here. And then we got the Ankus in this part of the chunk that I just unlocked. So if I ever felt like killing Ankus in the wilderness, I can. And nothing really more right here. Let's go ahead and roll another chunk. A lot of the wilderness is pretty much empty or dead content for here. Although I am inching closer to the north here, and getting the Mage Trina arena would be pretty cool. But let's go ahead and roll another chunk. Wilderness Pond! Just straight north of where I was already at. Hey, does this mean I could take the log system up here? Yep, I think that's even a task. Use the Waka canoe to travel through the wilderness. Alrighty, so let's actually head to... where's my... Do I actually have any of the log canoes? I got the Lumbridge one, so let's head to Lumbridge and take the Waka canoe. Chop down the canoe station, shape it up, make the Waka canoe, and let's head up to the wilderness. Don't get the cool animation like old school does, but there we go. And that's that only task in this chunk complete. And also, this is a pretty decent chunk too, because I think this is right where the wildy worm spawns for the wilderness event. So that's another wilderness event I can do. I think it's right around here, if I recall correctly. But let's go ahead and... This also actually gives me another herb lore patch I can use. I've been really slacking on my farm runs, but if I can actually remember to keep up on them, I have 2 herb patches now. That inspires me to do a farm run, so I'm actually going to do a quick one. Just going to check to see what the daily herb is. What's the daily herb? Avanto. Let's see if I have plenty of Avantos. If not, I'll probably just plant Wergelli since I got a ton of those during the MTA grind. Well, I planned on rolling a new chunk after my farm run, but the wildy worm event's about to happen, so since I have this chunk now, might as well kill the strike worm. Oh yeah, I forgot that gave me Slayer experience, so I'll slowly be getting more Slayer experience. Let's see what I get into Worm Gland. Fury Sharks. Very Wild Sack. Hey! Dragon Rider Boots. A new collection log. One less collection log I need to get from the Keen Black Dragon if I happen to roll that chunk. And let's see what we get from the casket. Once again, nothing. But let's go ahead and roll a new chunk. I forgot to hit record. But I just rolled the Abandoned Mine chunk, which I can't do really anything with, since I can just get over here. Someday I'll be able to get over here with the whole west coast of Mauritania unlocked here, but I can't go through that gate quite yet. Although it does make the Abbey here rollable, which will be fantastic. I can do the One Piercing Note quest, and I can gain access to the abilities that got added to the as quest rewards there. Let's go ahead and roll and see where we go. Hey, look at that! Anachronia! Does that unlock anything for me? Current chunk? No current chunk task, although I think this does give me light animica, and I have dark... Hold up. Yeah, this gives me access to light animica. And I have dark animica in the throne room. That means if I roll the Dwarven Mine, I have access to Elder Rune. Oh. Give me the Dwarven Mine, please, I beg of you. But first I'm going to visit Anachronia, just to visit that spot, but I want the Dwarven Mine now, because I'd have to get level 99, basically, then. Well, no, maybe not 99, because I can't make Masterwork quite yet until I have access to all the bars and ores, but... Oh, that is... Let's go visit that. Here we are in Anachronia, been a while. There's the light animica rocks. I can almost reach over here to do Jadinko hunting, but Not quite. But access to the light animal rocks here is just absolutely fantastic. Ooh, there's also all the flowers around here. Let's go ahead and pull this flower, why not? I think if you pull like 20 of the Zagamites, you get one of the totem pieces. But yeah, I think the Dwarven Mine has just moved up to the top of my list of what I want, so I can have Elder Rune. This makes this chunk technically rollable because I can get into that little sliver right there. Although I don't think I can walk into this any other way until I get around this way. And of course this is rollable, which will give me the Arcane Apatosaur, so once I get the player unlocked again, I'll be able to start hunting that. And I think this gives me aquatic Jadinkles, although I'm not entirely sure if I'll actually be able to hunt them or not. I think you need access to some sort of box trap or something to do that, so who knows. But yeah, this has just made the Dwarven Mine the #1 chunk I want to get. I still want to get the Bloodwood Tree event, because that's just a fantastic one in general. But this is my now #1 chunk. Let's see where we go.